What's up guys, my name's Luke and welcome back to Motion and Design. So I created this animation of this like shoe bouncing. It was just like a separate project that's part of this bigger project that I'm creating. And so I thought I'd break it down and kind of show you guys how I created this animation. I think it's going to be pretty simple. We're going to be just animating a shoe and then we're going to be adding some soft bodies to this like balloon effect. And yeah, then we're going to light it at the end. This should be one part, but if it goes on a little bit long, I'll make the lighting in a separate part. But yeah, the project file will be up on Patreon. I'll also include the shoe model that I'm going to be using. But if you don't want to do that, I'm sure you guys can just follow along with any other object. The principles should still be the same. Yeah, if you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, please support me on Patreon. It does help a lot. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. Before we start, I just wanted to shout out the reference that I had by this guy over here, an incredible artist. So yeah, go check him out. My buddy over here also worked on it. I think he helped create the animation. So yeah, just go check those guys out and support those artists. Cool. So I've got the shoe over here. It's the same shoe that we used in my previous tutorial. Please go support Alex if you haven't. He's the guy who modeled the shoe. I'll have his thing up on screen over here. But yeah, great shoe. Let's go and get started. So I think it's a pretty good idea or like principle when it comes to animating to always animate within nulls. So the reason for this is that right now I'm using this shoe, but say now you're working on a client project and the client says, okay, cool, we like the animation, but we want a brand new shoe. Can you just replace this? If you just animate the object itself, you can't replace the shoe, and then this can be an issue. So it's always good to animate within like nulls. So let's go over here and let's go Alt G and add it into a group over here. And now we're going to animate with this group. So let's just call animation over here. Awesome. Okay, so let's just go and create our first frame where it's going to start. So I want to just kind of like move up like this with its shoe like that. And let's go and set a keyframe over here on the Y. Actually, let me just zero these out. We'll change that just now. Right now, we're just going to focus on the Y animation, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Let's increase our timeline. I'm going to make it 120. This is going to be a loopable animation, so we can increase it as much as we want. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to put it to 120. Let's go over here, maybe around like 20 frames, and let's bring this down, something like that. Let's set a keyframe. Let's jump a few frames ahead. Let's move it down just a tiny bit. And then let's grab our other null and bring this over here. Something like that. And now let's go look what this looks like. Let's go animation over here and F curve. Okay. So let's see what this looks like without anything. Awesome. So you can see it goes down and then jumps back up. Cool. Let's go and copy this over here. Something like this. And then we want the last frame to be the same frame. And let's see what this looks like. Cool. So if we have to press play right now, it's going to go down, go up, go down, go up. And it looks terrible. It's not a good animation, but this is just the basics of what we're doing. Let's go and change the F curves of this to make this bounce and make it feel like an actual shoe bouncing. So I'm going to bring this out like here. So it's like slow in the top and then falls back down. Let's change these to be something a little bit smooth like this. I want to move this down a bit. Something like that. Something like that. We kind of want this, you can kind of visually see what it's going to do. And you can kind of tell this isn't going to look nice. This isn't going to look nice. It's flat over here. You can tell that this isn't going to look nice just visually by looking at this. So I think it's always just a good principle just to go in and change these things to make it look at least somewhat decent, and then press play, see what it looks like, and then go in and refine again. So let's see this first part. Yeah, that already looks better. I want this to be if you hold down shift while clicking on this, you can affect one of these at a time. So I'm going to hold down shift and do this. Nice. That's looking pretty good. Let's just bring this down just a bit. Make this go up like this and just like that. And let's see what this looks like. Cool. I think it looks good. The only part that I don't like is this part over here. Feels a bit wonky. So let's go and change that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Cool. Let's go and animate some of the other things. So I'm going to go over here, select this one, which is going to be this rotation over here. I'm going to wait until it's at this full climax over here. And I'm going to make it like go down like this. Going to come back up. I want it to face something like that. Go back down like that. And then we want it to be back to our original keyframe. That's actually, I want this to be something like that. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Nice, feels quite natural, but let's just go and change these a bit just so that they're a little bit more snappy. Nice, I think that looks good. Cool. That's good for now. I think the only other thing that we want to do is we want to add a nice other little animation over here. So maybe from around here, let's go in and click on our shoe. And now we're going to animate with this. Let's set a keyframe over here. Go over here and set this to 360. Let's see what that looks like. Nice. Nice, I think that's pretty cool. There's a little jump as it does that. Maybe we want to just move this over just a bit more. Something like that. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, quite nice and simple, and it looks quite natural. Awesome, let's go and add some simulation to this. Okay, so before we start with simulation, we need to create a collider. So let's go and grab our shoe over here. Yeah, let's just grab our shoe. Let's go over here and select volume builder, volume measure. Actually, pretty sure we could just say current state to object and say connect objects and delete, and then we could just remesh this. Oh, might have done that too low. Okay, that's our animation. Let's go and add some soft bodies now. So I'm going to create a cube over here. I'm going to find whereabouts it goes in. So that's the lowest point. Let's bring this down, something like that. Create a shape like this. It can be rough. Let's go fill it over here. Let's increase the radius, something like that. So we have some round corners, and let's add some subdivisions. Yeah, I think something like that looks good. Let's put this in a remeasure. And I think for now, I'm going to set this to 200, just so we have a little bit more detail when we actually simulate this. Then let's go and add a plane over here. Let's put this below this and just make this bigger. Nice. Let's go and add a collider onto this. And let's go over here, say simulations and cloth. So before we do anything with the shoe, let's just see what this looks like, make this ballooning right. Okay, So right now this just falls down. That's not what we want. We want it to balloon a bit. So let's turn on ballooning, and I'm going to set this to 2. So it's nice and big and puffy. Are we colliding? No, we're good. Awesome. So I want to just change a few things over here. I want to set the bendiness down to 0, the stretchiness up to like 50, and I want to increase the target length to something like 110. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. It's a little bit more bouncy. It's a little bit weirder. And I think that it works. We might change this later, but I think for now this works perfectly. Cool. Let's go and now add a collider. So right now, the shoe, if we had to add a collider tag onto the shoe, actually, with this type of shoe, with this typology, adding a collider will work for it, but I think it's good to just sometimes just create a separate collider that can be a little bit low poly so that the PC can handle a little bit better. So let's go and duplicate the shoe. Let's add that into a volume builder, into a volume mesher, set the voxel size to something like 2, and then let's increase the voxel threshold just a bit, just so that it encompasses the shoe over here. Let's put this into a remesh, and then once that is remeshed, we're going to make this editable. Cool. So now let's go connect objects and delete. So now you'll see that the one issue we have is that now that we've made this editable, we have lost the animation of this little twirl happening over here. So a quick fix that we can do for this is we can add on a constraints tag. So it will be in rigging, constraints, and we want to set this up against transform. And then let's go into the transform over here, and let's set the target as the shoe. Let's remove position, and we're just going to be using rotation. And let's see. Nice, and now it follows it perfectly. Awesome. We can hide this for now. Let's go over here, simulations, collider, and let's see what this looks like. Nice. And now it bounces off that. Perfect. I think that looks pretty cool. I think the only thing I want to do is I want to make this block a little bit more centered with it. And I'm also going to move it a little bit this way, just so that later on when we're playing with the camera that it is a little bit more in frame. Okay, so let's go and say plus 60 over here, just so we can add a few more frames on. And then let's go and take our animation over here. And let's just move these over by 60 frames. The reason for this is we just want this thing to come to a rest spot, and then we can start the animation, just so that it kind of loops over there. Okay, awesome. I think this is looking pretty cool. You can obviously change the cloth tag over here to get some different results. Like if we had to make this 100 and just set this like, I don't know, 10, we'll get a different type of bounce to this. You'll see it's looking a lot more tighter now. Maybe that's what you want. Mess around with these settings until it comes up with something that you like. I don't need to do it for this shoe, but in my previous project, I had an issue where the geometry was going through the actual soft body over here, and we can fix that by going into our simulation settings and increasing the number of passes. So with my testing of what I did, it worked with 3 passes and 1 extra iteration. Obviously for you, depending on the geometry that you're using, you might need to increase this, or you might not need to increase it. But just in case you guys don't know, that is how you go about doing that. But yeah, as you can see, there's no collisions and we're not having any issues. And I think that's looking great. Let's go over here and let's say cache scene. Awesome, let's go and set this to 60. And let's see how this animation looks. Nice, and we have a nice little loop over there. So I wasn't able to get the simulation to be a perfect loop, but it's like close enough that you don't really notice it too much. This video is a bit long. I'm going to do lighting and rendering in a part 2. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Pretty simple, pretty easy to follow along, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, please support me on YouTube and on Patreon. Part 2 should probably be up by now. I'll probably release them at the same time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.